Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Elmo.
I'm Tuna.
So in these videos we're going to be talking about last week's games. 5:30 on Saturday at Everton nil, Leeds United 1.
Yeah, just the single goal from Diaz Belotti even, not Belotti. Changed his name.
Rafina.
Rafina changed his name. Lovely finish. Cracking finish even, let's be
Yeah.
honest. Perhaps a little bit poor from Pickford. For me, it's long enough out and low enough that he should have been able to see it and get down to it, but
I think the defender were kind of blocking his view, to give him some credit, but I know you're not liking Pickford at the moment, but no, it was a good goal. I think leading up to this, obviously this goal was on the 79th minute, so leading up to this, I think game could have gone either way. I think both teams had some decent chances. Both keepers played well. Both keepers made a couple of little mistakes that could have led to goals, but they still had a decent game. Um, yeah, this could have gone either way. I think it was a good game to watch as a neutral.
yeah, another
Um,
one of them that was very much end to end, pretty much all game again.
there were a couple of goals disallowed, and surprisingly, none of these goals were disallowed by VAR. It was
No,
all
all
by the
done.
linesman.
Yeah, all done by the assistants, and I believe were they all by the same assistant as well. I think they're all down the same end of the pitch.
I think the only fault that I've got to pick with one of these disallowed goals is the rest of the game looked like an old fashioned game before VAR came in and everything like that. Apart from one of the disallowed goals, which was, I believe it was Bamford, where it was the player on the wing that was offside, but because they're not allowed to flag immediately for offside, they've got to let the game play on. So the player then gets the ball and then he crosses it in, and then something else happens and Bamford slots it in back at net, and then it's disallowed. And then the linesman flags. And I still hate that. I still hate the fact that we've got to wait until the end of the play before the linesman's allowed to flag.
Yeah, I do think it should be if there's no immediate chance, then the flag should go up. Obviously, if someone's running through on goal, even if it's from the halfway line, then let it play on. It's 1-on-1. But a chance like that where ball's crossed in and then not back and then shot, then
I just think it were working back in the day when if there was offside, the linesman had flagged straight away. There was no hesitation. There was no waiting. The linesman flagged straight away. That's how it worked for years. So why do they have to wait now?
they're trying to avoid what happened. Was it actually Arsenal Man United last season where Aubameyang got played through, the linesman's flag went up, Aubameyang carried on and scored, defender stopped, then VAR refused it, and it was onside and the goal stood.
I get that, but how disappointing is it when you've scored a goal and this was scored before they went 1-0 up as well?
Yeah,
It's a tight game. You've just scored 1-0. You're celebrating, then all of a sudden, hold on, no, wait. You wouldn't have had that chance if it was flagged for offside before the ball was played in.
yeah, I do feel if the assistant knows it's offside, then flag. And I think with VAR, they should review, like handball, if it directly leads to the chance or the play offside. So, say if that one hadn't been given, VAR probably would have overruled it. But for me, that's too far back.
The person who
The assister or the goal scorer for me
the
is the one.
person who mediates this entire game, who's in charge of the game, who calls the shots, is the referee. Let the linesman flag when they see it's offside. It's then up for the referee to either let the ball play on until the end of play and then review it, or stop it there then because he trusts the linesman. That's
I
how it
think
should be.
players are taught as kids to play to the whistle.
Yeah, if they
How
don't,
often
then
does
it's their own
that happen?
fault.
You
Yeah,
very rarely see it happen, but no, it was the correct decision. Like I say, we're a bit late, as were the other two as well.
yeah. But
Um,
all correct decision, all done by the linesman. The ref had a decent game. The linesman had a decent game. Both of them. It was a decent game all round. There's no controversy. Leeds United, we've spoke about how well they've played most of this season. Everton's played well, but then they had a little dip. Both teams played really well. unlucky that Leeds won. Obviously, I've got a little hatred towards Leeds for certain reasons, but it was a good game for neutral.
Yeah, well, we both went for a 2-2 draw as well in this game. We both expected plenty more goals, and so there definitely was the chances for the goals.
I think that's the only thing that we're missing in this game: the goals.
Yeah, you said at the start that obviously I've got stuff against Pickford, which I don't think he is a good goalkeeper, but he did pull some fantastic saves in this game. There was one in particular, I think, from Bamford. It was a really good reflex save, diving away to his left.
Yeah.
But Leeds had more shots in the first half of this game than ever before in the Premier League. 13 shots in a half, and went into half time at 0-0. So I can't imagine that dressing room was the best place to be as a striker.
No. One of the players who had another decent shot, which was saved by Pickford, and had a decent game, is Harrison. He was
Yeah,
looking really well. I think he got the assist as well for the Rafinha goal.
he did, yes. He did have a really good game. He also hit the post with a header.
Yeah.
Which, great chance as well. It's probably about the best he could do with that situation, really. I mean, tight angle. So
Another standout chance for me as well was Costa came on as a sub for Leeds, and the ball came into the box, and he kind of had a touch before striking it, and I think it hit Pickford's unlucky region. But I think Costa. We've seen Costa score goals. He's a decent player. I think he could have easily have struck that first time. But I think him having that one touch and then giving Pickford time to get in position, kind of missed out a chance there. But no, brilliant game. They're the kind of games that I could watch all day long. No controversy, end to end football, just decent game.
yeah, and sometimes a 1-0 win like that is more entertaining than a 5-5 draw.
Mm.
Because it is literally end to end, and you don't know what's going to happen until the very last kick of the game.
Unlucky
Perhaps,
for Everton.
yeah, I was about to say perhaps a bit unlucky for Everton. They probably didn't deserve to lose. A draw probably would have been the fair result, but when is football ever fair?
Yeah.
Uh, and I personally would rather Leeds win than Everton.
I just wanted to draw. I'm not a fan of them both, but I think yeah. So we Everton they're seventh now. They had that good start, but this is the fourth game we had to win. It's a draw and three losses. Seventh with 16 points. Again, it's very tight. They're only 5 points behind top. That's how tight it is, and they've gone on a really bad run. But they really need to be picking up some more wins. Leeds United are 12th with 14 points. They're playing well. They're just not having much luck. I think we spoke about Brighton. I kind of see Brighton and Leeds similar in terms of both playing well. They both got decent players and playing decent football. They're just not getting the wins. They're just being unlucky with the wins. So
Yeah, you sort of think if you combine the two teams, then you'd have a pretty decent team because Leeds can attack, but they're not great in defence. Whereas Brighton don't particularly score too many, but they are actually
yeah,
decent back. So see how Everton can do in the next couple of weeks. They've got struggling Burnley next weekend, and then the weekend after is their first home game with fans back in the stadium. So it'd be interesting to see if that actually does make a difference to them. It might give them a little boost.
yeah.
But yeah, Carlo can't be happy with the run of form that they're in.
No, definitely not. Especially with the start that they had. They was up top for a good few weeks. And we've said how tight it is as well between first and 15th. So the more points they drop, the lower that they'll go very, very quickly, depending on the results from the teams around them. But I
Yeah.
think Leeds United, they're showing that they're a team, even though they're not getting that many wins, they're a team that all teams should be afraid of playing.
I mean, they're continuing that run of inconsistent form. Their last three games, win, draw, defeat. So they they could literally have any scoreline in any game, and it does make you wonder how long they can go blow to blow with people without it sort of affecting them. And the consistency is one of the biggest things in the Premier League. You need to put together a run of wins
Yeah.
to really move anywhere. So it'll be interesting to see how they do. But I mean, they've had some decent results against some of the bigger teams.
Yeah, starting off with the first game where the 4-3 you won.
4-3, yeah, perhaps a bit unlucky to lose to Liverpool there. Obviously, a draw against City, draw against Arsenal, defeat to Leicester, but they're allowed one, I suppose. They've got a very tough December coming up, and that'll be the key month for them. If they can come out of that with a decent amount of points, then they'll be very happy. But if they struggle through December, then Leeds are going to be in big trouble, because I don't personally think they can stay solid enough at the back long enough to, make a push into the top half. And I don't think they'll be drawn into a relegation battle now.
No, I think if they keep on as they are, putting in these performances and that, they'll definitely stop up. Bielsa is a nomination for Manager of the Year. I'm sure I've just seen that in the last couple of days as well. So he's doing a good job at Leeds. Again, they're not getting the results, but I'm sure that the chairman and the board and the fans are still happy with what he's doing at Leeds United, obviously bringing them up from last season. So we'll see how he goes from there.
Yeah, and well, if he can push them into a top half finish, then, he's going to be even more of a legend at the club than he already is.
Just as long as they don't do a Sheffield United season after.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, that's it for this week with the match reviews. I hope you enjoyed them all. Hopefully you check them all out. All 10 should be up now. Don't forget to check out next week's videos. There's also an FA Cup third round draw video that's been up, and there's going to be plenty more videos going up, not just us talking about the Premier League and the reviews and that. So please check them out along with our socials down below. Please subscribe, like this video, add a comment. I've been Elmo.
I've been Tuna.
And see you later.
Swim.